Today's story is from the library. It is called Juneteenth. It is written by Van G. Garrett, illustrated by Reginald C. Adams and Samson Bimbo Adenuga. So Juneteenth. This was on the news shelf at the library when I was there the other day. There's our title page with Juneteenth and all of the people who had a part in creating the book. Oh, maybe the dedication will be at the end. I'm not seeing one right here. We loaded the car in search of sounds and stars. One hard thing with new books is sometimes the pages don't want to turn. Snacks and backpacks headed to Galveston. Looking for the perfect spot, we parked and walked, laughed and talked until we got to the Strand. People smiled and waved as my wagon bumped down the street. My cool shades, shiny mirrors blocked the bright Texas sun. I think this is a good spot, Dad said, smiling at Mom. What do you think, Sam? I nodded as Mom reached into a bag and removed a wrapped sandwich. I was about to eat when music filled the street. Drums rolled, a whistle blew, a parade began. Is there a picnic? Any other people? This parade felt different. Not like the 4th of July or Labor Day. Many of the people on the big bright floats looked like me. Marching bands high-stepped, played songs I recognized from the radio. Soulful rhythms echoed differently. Beauty queens, hands outstretched, decorated cars and trucks honked. Candy was tossed right and left. Boys and girls my size, some bigger, some with different colored eyes, scrambled to get treats. Some moonwalked and danced. Cameras caught the action. I caught red, white, and blue beads and long plastic necklaces. So there they are. And the candy. Oh, there it says again, Juneteenth. Nice and big. Everyone was happy, rejoicing in the ending of slavery in Texas, a national holiday. A freedom day that would last until night, from the Strand to the seawall as the light bounced off the faces of so many. I searched the crowd and focused, saw a man who looked like Pawpaw, a white beard and shiny eyes. There was a lady who looked like Mimi, a gentle smile and smooth hands, holding a snow cone. There are so many people who look like us, I said, as the smell of barbecued chicken and sausage flavored the air. This isn't just a regular party. Mom held me tight and smiled. She lovingly told me of my history. Dad held her hand. She told me about what my ancestors had experienced. Abuse and pain, heartache, facing the rising sun, and how they overcame till victory was won. I understood why it's important to celebrate. Sing a song full of the hope that the present has brought us. Why we drove the miles and strangers smiled, proud to have escaped the nightmare. Out from the gloomy past. Why fireworks fell slowly over the ocean as a crowd became a mass choir that sang the Negro National Anthem loudly as the rolling sea. And then there's an author's note and an artist's note at the end. So if you want to listen, you can tune in. Otherwise, the story is done. So here's our author's note. When I was a kid, my parents took my sister and me to a Juneteenth parade in Grimes County. Standing beside the tailgate of our truck, we watched black cowboys and cowgirls tip their hats as they rode tall, beautiful horses and waved at the crowd. We heard the booming sounds of marching bands. Freshly washed cars and trucks gleamed and cruised in formation in the bright summer sun. Our noses loved the smells of cotton candy, funnel cakes, and turkey legs as we drank big red sodas, careful not to spill any on our nice clothes. However, what I remember most was the pride that everyone had, pride in the past, the present, and the future. Strangers spoke to strangers, family and friends shook hands, tightly hugged and fellowshipped, like at church, but completely different at the same time, laughing in ways that filled the air with joy like songs and colorful balloons. It was the type of day that I wanted to last forever. Juneteenth, surrounded by people who knew me as well as those who did not, but who loved me and my history all the same. I hope that readers, especially young readers, feel proud and excited and happy when they read this book. I hope that my words create joy about the most significant holiday that celebrates freedom and hope, the ending of slavery, Juneteenth. That was by Van G. Garrett. And here is the artist's note. And there's two artists, so there's two notes. The first note is from Reginald C. Adams. I was the little boy who loved to draw, who never grew up. Thanks to a very supportive family and a broad network of friends and supporters, I've been fortunate to live the dream of becoming a professional artist. Pursuing this lifelong dream put me in a position to paint a big mural called Absolute Equality in Galveston, Texas, the birthplace of Juneteenth. The mural, which appears in the story, honors the rich history and heritage of Juneteenth. Absolute equality became the face of a national holiday and put me on the path to co-illustrate this book about Juneteenth as experienced through the eyes of a young boy and his family. I hope this book inspires a new generation of children to embrace their own history and celebrate the power of freedom, liberation, and emancipation. My wish is that anyone who reads it or enjoys these illustrations understands that all dreams are possible and that the future belongs to those who never give up on their aspirations. Cheers to Juneteenth and absolute equality for one and for all, Reginald C. Adams. And the second artist note is from Samson Bimbo Adenuba. When I was little, drawing and coloring was my escape. As a professional artist, I have worked on many important projects, but I feel most connected to the Absolute Equality mural and this book, which gives me the chance to inspire the next generation. May this book kindle in young readers or old the power to dream and the resilience to see the fulfillment of those dreams. Remember that your power is within, not without. And then the dedication is at the end, like I put. So the author said, for my parents, grandparents, and great parents. The first illustrator, Reginald, said to my sons, Jaylani and Zenith Adams, my wife Rhonda, my brother Richard, my mother Doris, and father Charles, and all of my ancestors who I stand on the shoulders of, thank you. And then Samson was the other artist. My children, Precious, David, Joseph, Daniel, and Demilio, my sister Nike, my lovely mom, Mrs. Ayoka Adenugba, and my late father Samuel Alabode Adenugba. I appreciate your support. Finally, to the God of mercy, favor, and grace, thank you. And any mispronunciations, anything in this book was all me. So Juneteenth. That was our book for today.